Okay, now this is the logic when it comes to SBCs, okay? I always keep my players tradable, okay? I will not do an SBC unless I am 1000% sure that they're going to stay in a team. Now, what do I mean by that, okay? Now, let's say, for example, we find a card like Federico Valverde. May add a very good card. The problem is, it's going to cost you about 224,000 coins. Now, if I look at my team over here, just have a quick second. It cost about, I would say about 1.5 million, I would say this team costs. Now, if I end up doing an SPC, I now have to spend 250k. Okay, that's money gone. I can't get that back. If I want to, I can just sell Neymar. I bought for 400, pretty luckily he's about 500 now. I can sell him, make profit, or let's say I waited like 8 months into the year. I can sell him then for just under, might sell him for like 200k. So I've not really lost that much at 8 months. That's when the game's coming, basically team season, the game comes to an end. But if I put this money into this SPC, I'm stuck. So the question is, should you do an SBC? Well, this is the thing. The gold cards most of the time are just the best thing to buy. Just buy the gold card and use that. There's no need to get the player of the month unless you're 1000% sure he's going to stay in the game. Now, you might say to me, well, I've got a lot of untradeable cards, Neil. Then, okay, that's fine. If you have a lot of untradeable cards, you got to make a choice. Do you want to wait for a big SBC or do you want to put the coins in? But that's why I say these cards like Koulibaly, do not do these cards. Like if you buy like a tradable card like Kessia one to watch, for example, like SBCs, right? They're very, very expensive. It's kind of like you're putting your money on a 100k card. Listen, this is the first thing. As it is, the card itself, it's the same stat. It's only if it gets upgraded. But now you're gonna waste 100k for no reason. If you waste that money and he doesn't get an upgrade, then you're in trouble. Why don't you just buy the tradable card and that's it? Now, of course, you're going to say, okay, but what if it's a really, really good card? I'll give you an example. If Cristiano Ronaldo came out with a one to watch card like he did a couple of years ago when he moved to United last year, then or whatever, then it's a different situation because that card can get upgraded and you can sell it at any time. But it wasn't an SBC. And if it was an SBC, you could maybe say, okay, fine, because Ronaldo realistically is going to be in the game forever. I look at Rashford, for example, another card. Like, you know, he's an all-right card, but at 170,000, I don't think, if you look at his stat, it's very much mediocre. He's got +2 stats. Most of his biggest upgrade, as you can see on Footbin, if we look, most of his biggest upgrade is his defending, which has got +7 for heading accuracy, +5 for defense awareness, which, by the way, it's irrelevant for an attacker. And he's got better physical, to be honest, +6. And better passing. So I'm not gonna lie, it's a decent upgrade, but then the rest of it says like his finishing is still 83. It's subpar. Now there's a few cards like Gakpo, okay? Now these are cards where they're very good super subs, okay? For 24,000, it's not the end of the world, okay? You can put 24,000 in and be like, oh, you know what, I waste 24,000, but at least I got an 86 rated card. I can use it in like an SBC in the future. Rashford, for example, is an 84 rated card. You wasted 200k and he's not worth, like, even if we go, for example, like here, and this is a good way that I like to do it, right? So let's say we're looking for a player. This is Footbin, by the way. Looking for a player rating. We're looking for an 86 rated card. Now, these players are still used for SBCs, right? If we look at the cheapest 86 rated card, it's about 12k. 12k, okay? So worst case scenario with Gakpo, at the very, like, worst case scenario, we have lost maybe 12k because he's 24. With Rashford, we've lost like 150 and you got 84 rated. So certain cards you can take a risk if they're really good. But again, I only do Gakpo because 4-star, 6'2", balance is okay. But I know as with the finish, if I start him, he's good. But can I get him on chemistry? Look, who am I going to link him with? There's realistically only 2 players that are actually worthy to be in a team. And that is realistically Timber and Teze. And even Teze is stretching it at this point. And you have Timber. Apart from that, you have Dirk out, but like, are you really going to spend 250 coins on him just to play Gakpo? Probably not. So realistically, as a super sub, he's fine. So that is the logic that I take. You know, if you see an SBC, like for example, I'm just gonna have a look at like Kessia. You could just buy his gold card, like this one. This card over here, if you have a look at it, it's 63k. Now you can see it's a massive upgrade compared to his gold card. Don't get me wrong, but are you going to use this card? Are you going to have a Serie A team in a month's time? If you want to, by all means collect cards, but expect your coin balance to go down. This is the biggest mistake people make. People like to think, how do I have no coins? Even if you play rivals and you don't spend FIFA points, you can basically get coins. But if you spend your coins on SBCs, unnecessary stuff, your coins are just going to diminish over time and you end up putting more FIFA points in. So keep your cards liquid. If you need to, for example, buy Mbappe one day, you can sell Ronaldo, you can sell Neymar, and you can fund those cards. That's all I wanted to say. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.